Welcome back to Talking Footy. Time for overrated versus underrated. We're going to go straight to you, Luke Darcy. We're going to ask you, Lewis Jetta, overrated or underrated?
Well, very interesting question to raise. He's a dangerous player, Lewis Jetta, but this wasn't his finest effort, Lewis Jetta. But not long after that, he kicks the goal that effectively wins the game for the West Coast Eagles. There's a couple of other players out there in Willie Rioli and Liam Ryan running it. They looked so much more dangerous across the night for me than Lewis Jetta. He had his moment at the end. It's the only score he's had for the year, by the way.
I think you just get off the fence and overrated according to you. A big pre-seed, wasn't it?
I was there, mate. I had a bit to tell you.
His best is as sublime as anyone in the competition. He just probably doesn't bring it as consistently as you'd like.
He's underrated. He kicked the winning goal in the game, and that's what he can do. And that's all that should be expected for him to do those sort of things.
So his inconsistencies don't matter to you?
Don't expect him to have 30 possessions. He's not that sort of player.
Yeah, I think he can be underrated. I think he can have a massive impact in the prelim and then maybe in a grand final. He's a type of player that can win you games like he did on
but he's also the type of player that could not have a touch on grand final day.
True.
Lewis Jetta splitting the panel there. Brownie, we're going to get to you on 6-day break, something that's been discussed a little bit surrounding the fixture. You're the man that's you've all played it.
There's a big issue there. Like Duck said earlier, the players just play.
So they're overrated.
Overrated.
They're wrong. So you just get the right end of the sign.
The players just play.
I agree.
Sign points outwards.
I'm sick of it all. It's just overrated. Just play the game. Doesn't matter.
Players don't care. Players honestly don't care about. In actual fact, players prefer 6-day breaks rather than 8-day breaks.
Oh, don't.
And the reason for that is because you can fit in another training session, 10 other meetings. They would prefer to just get there, recover, freshen up.
Saying that.
Sometimes you can overthink.
I actually know that players prefer.
Sometimes
he knows. He said he knows.
You told me that today, and on that basis, I'm turning my sign around. And so Doug's got the
Thank you.
Okay, BT, we'll go to you. Now, Aaron Francis's mark. You love calling a big hanger on 7, and this was Friday night footy.
Yeah.
This was the mark that I think even Duck, you might have called as potentially the goal, the mark of the year. It wasn't nominated in the top 3. It didn't make the top 3. The top 3 final of mark of the year.
It didn't make the top 3.
No, it didn't make the top 3.
For me, it wins.
Well, that's underrated.
It's contagious.
I agree.
Stupid sign.
The mark was underrated. It was a wonderful mark, and it should have been in the top 3. There's no doubt about that. I thought it was a terrific mark.
Great mark.
Clearly the second best mark of the season. I thought Heaney's was mark of the year.
Okay.
But that was second.
And we'll finish, Duck, with you, and that is the nickname the now new Prime Minister has given to himself. Scott Morrison, nicknamed ScoMo.
Yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't be having a crack at our Prime Ministers, but I'm going to say overrated because Prime Ministers shouldn't be just giving out nicknames.
Hang on a second, Duck. You want us to call you King? And you?
No. It should be Mr. Prime Minister. It should be Mr. Morrison. Not
Duck.
Call me ScoMo.
It's underrated. Be normal. That's all I want you to be. Just be normal.
Darcy, I think, interviewed him on your radio station. He introduced himself as ScoMo.
Happy to be known as PM ScoMo. I prefer just to call him the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
You introduce yourself as Scoop.
I do not. That's factually incorrect. You do introduce yourself as Dog, though.
That's true.